Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing House by Marn S. For those who are new to this game, here are the basics. This is a story about a house. This is also a game about an eldritch, ever-expanding building that you and your fellow players have entered and are going to investigate and may never find your way out of.
All right, well, so I, today, am playing one Malin Verrazzano, captain of the Stetson, scion of the Verrazzano family. My father was a starship captain. His father was a starship captain, as was his mother and his aunt. And maybe my starship isn't quite as fancy as all those Navy vessels that they captain, but it's still a ship, and I'm still a captain. I am 40 years old. I have a glowing tan, a bleach blonde mullet, wraparound sunglasses, and a pretty sizable stash of nicotine gum.
Kai is 6'6"-ish, robot person with brass and bronze plating. The model would look very familiar if you happen to have encountered Minos Tar at any point in the universe, but a lot more damaged. A lot rougher around the edges, signs of weathering, damage to the plating, parts have been replaced. And his name is Kai Mirren. And he steps up, looks out the window.
So I will be playing Marnie Sands, uses she, her pronouns. This young woman looks to be in like her early 20s with lightly tan skin and shoulder-length blue hair that has acid green tips. She's currently wearing a jumpsuit that's about a half size too large for her.
Compared to the others, Thorn is more of a plant adopting the shape of a human. The sort of head region has a fairly sparse bush of white flowers with a yellow sort of inside. Their arms, or what would be arms, are sort of represented by long, viney sort of manipulators. Their base is within a hard plastic plant pot, but their entire form itself is also contained within sort of a translucent bubble suit that allows them to sort of hold their speed while staying in place, but maintaining their posture with the others. Without the suit, they'd probably be about maybe at most 3 feet tall. With the suit, they stand closer to about 5'2". In addition to the bubble suit, they also have a large water tank attached to the back. This also is see-through, which is filled with not just water, but also a mix with a specific mineral composition that helps to sustain them as they go about the ship. The flowers on their head sort of wither and bloom a bit in response to Marnie, and there is a sort of buzz as the voice transponder on the suit opens. This is close to the station. We are arriving soon.
Hi, I'm playing Bazda, a 4'9", bald and grizzled butch. In this universe, not a dwarf, simply a little bit short.
Sunny would, at that point, it's the stupidest way this character can enter. I think,
Coming out of the kitchen, coffee, Stanley mug.
Oh my god, no. Barry is not a Stanley mug girl.
She shows up late with a mug of coffee and bunny slippers.
A little space bucks, yeah.
The bunny slippers would be incredible. Everyone is already behind me, and I'm pretty large. I will just shunt where I'm holding like the barrel of it or the front of the mechanism. because I'm not trying to disarm you. Fine, it is literally just enough of a shock to maybe make you take a couple of steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then effectively like push it so it hits you, and then like the muzzle or whatever is briefly pointing upwards, so there is time to scramble.
Ski-daddle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull that card and then let's see what
Yeah,
lies next.
go on, Zach.
Ah, yes, it's me.
A spade and a jack.
A
Message
jack
Jack of
received.
spades.
That's fun.
Ooh.
That is fun.
Mm-hmm.
A jack of spades. A message received. Okay.
Okay, here's what happens. So Kai.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Kai, you like knock the arc thrower away and like thump Thorn across the face equivalent.
Mm-hmm. Face plate.
And like the arc thrower like arcs across the room as Marlon goes, well, and kicks open a door nearby and says, all right, Stetson crew, let's regroup. And he's gonna like kind of yank Barry and Marnie, who are probably less combatant focused, and kind of pull back into this other room. And I think this one, we actually fall. This is a maintenance shaft.
Yes.
We it's like a trash chute almost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking immediately.
And we like jump in and begin like sliding down down into a place. So we're kind of losing the thread of where we are at.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But we begin to make our way.
This is very fun to me because y'all probably haven't heard it, but when we first went to the Bastion, one of the big things I established as Max was the network of maintenance tunnels and vents and access stuff that was very much Max Valera's fucking domain on the station. There could be anything in those, frankly.
There could be anything in those. Okay, so yeah, so we like we're sliding in the dark. There's like lights slinging past us. Probably Kai and Bazda. Just Bazda, right? For some reason, I thought it was Barzda.
No, Bazda.
Okay. You like hop in behind, as we all come like crashing down into a pile of like old like refuse.
Yeah.
And the like wall kind of bulges a little bit in that way that it did before. And that voice says, I told you.
Yeah, we get it. You're on our side. Fuck off.
Yeah, and then sort of behind you all, you can hear, along with the sort of rustling and the crackling of wood, run as you may. If I do not catch you, consider the station itself will. Do you really want to go down when you don't know?
We now return to your game already in progress.
So where do we end up as we sort of tumble out of this maintenance tunnel / chute?
Jack of Clubs. Message received. Emotional conflict, hidden agendas, envy, indecision, and betrayal. That's fun. So I know we said maintenance shaft, but my brain always immediately went to like a garbage chute.
Yeah.
It was the same thing.
Same thing.
It's a column that moves you from one place to another place quickly.
Yes. But only in one state, I believe, would we end up in a gigantic pile of trash, and that's the vibe, I think.
Well, to be fair,
there
shouldn't be trash. Nobody's lived on this station in a long time.
Well, that may also mean that no one's emptied the trash in a long time.
True, but anything organic should have long rotted away.
So it's a big pile of metal scrap and polymers.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah, I tell you, this is why we splurged for the armor lining. I pull out a shank of some sort of like strut that like pierced one layer of my suit, but not the whole thing.
Yikes.
Very good.
So, first of all, ow. Second of all, what the fuck?
I will check.
Can I just be the first person to say what the fuck?
Is that apparition gone?
Is the apparition gone?
Well, it was a voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a voice that was taunting us the whole way.
Yeah, it could have been one way or the other, but that was the exact last thing we saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick a hole in the side of whatever this trash room holding area is before we get crushed, or eaten by something in here, like that one Star Wars.
And there's probably a door, right?
Probably. My thought was that the room is...
I get a cutter if needed, and I'll just cut a hole out.
Incredible.
Was it plasma cutter?
The thing about cutting through space stations is
I know it's an internal wall.
So the room, to describe it further, I'm imagining... think it's a scene from WALL-E? Question mark? Like the big, arched room, circular, with the chutes.
It's been too long since I've seen Wally.
That's so valid. That's why I'm trying to describe it. With chutes coming down from all over the ship. It's in the top of the room, where the top of the room looks almost like a honeycomb or something, just from all the chutes coming down various angles.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously nothing is falling out of there now, but yeah, big pile of trash at the bottom. You'd think they'd recycle or something. Space station and all. Like shaking plastics out of my suit.
It depends on depends on who's running it. Some do. But then they wouldn't need people like us for these ones.
Yeah. Sorry, we said this was a Jack of Clubs?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Perhaps then, in some senses, I feel like the message of betrayal that we have received is we are all simply reacting to what just happened.
Yeah, and I think sort of distantly from like the shaft above, besides there just being a sort of distant sliding sound, there's also the rattle of whatever thing was behind all of us before Thorn decided to pop this up, also approaching from somewhere within the holes. Where? I'll let you decide, Smile.
Oh god, y'all, I got so caught up in the betrayal thing, I forgot about the other thing that was chasing us. It bounced.
God God damn it, Sam. Can you draw the room we're in, by the way?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You think this trash chute is the biggest room that we've been in so far?
You can tell which one's Sam.
That's so huge. Let's go.
It's
I mean, they
this one.
probably made a lot of trash.
Yeah, but they didn't all put it in one spot.
I bet the pile is like taller in the middle, and on the sides it just sort of like tapers down. Big pile.
The trash man is living. He's got so much trash to throw around.
I'm the trash man. Kai is just sort of gonna make a way down towards a wall, and after like checking it, is gonna get out the laser cutter, and I'm gonna just draw this. I'll pull the card in a second, but so we can get out of the trash room. We don't have to finish the scene yet, but I just wanted to get it on the map.
Yeah.
Barry and Marnie, okay? Having been deposited also onto a pile of mystic.
Barry's just laying on her back looking up at the ceiling like, what the fuck? Insert what the fuck bird here.
I mean, yeah, what the fuck is the question? Fucking. Okay, listen. Weird flesh thing, which I don't think I actually saw, but you seem to think is a big problem. All that aside, and whoever's got whatever weird MC is talking to us over the loudspeakers, thorn's just one plant. They're like a celery with legs. We can take them.
Wow.
I mean,
If they didn't betray us, that would probably be offensive. But you know what? Go off.
Oh, yeah, that is true. It is just one. Hey, let's have some fun with that, shouldn't we? So I think in addition to that sort of one skidding noise, down like that same hole, like it gets louder, but this is just one being. It shouldn't be that loud. And it sounds like a lot more scratching than one simple plastic suit would do to just that one shaft.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing good skitters.
Let's get that on a t-shirt, assuming we live.
absolutely.
I will attempt to cut faster. The plasma cutter does not work any faster.
Plasmas, but faster.
So I drew for our next room the 10 of diamonds. Diamonds is willpower, good luck, discovery, a second wind or greed, and a 10 is a betrayal of trust. So you know, an up and down sort of a card.
Yeah.
Really getting into the heavy betrayal area, huh?
Mm.
Well, whose fault is that? The cards, but also.
So I'm push open this makeshift doorway, and I think the good luck of this is, I mean, is it too soon to do our weird temporal moment that we discussed about happening? Location shift, I should say.
Do more than one.
There could be more than one. I just don't know if we're going to get like a 7 or a 3 anytime necessarily soon.
Is that the ones that we
well, those
need?
would maybe make the most sense, but doesn't have to be. I'm happy. It can
Sure.
wait. It doesn't have to happen yet.
I don't know.
I'll leave it then. We'll leave it a little longer. Okay, in which case, I think what we find here is clearly some kind of office, but well used. Not like a bureaucrat's office. This is more like a working person's office, so they have somewhere to stash things. And we can see on one wall a massive, like, not quite schematic blueprint of all of the maintenance tunnels, as well as the main corridors of the space station. Sections of this map have absolutely been damaged, whether intentionally or whether just like eroded by time. And there's like handwritten notes dotted over, and you can see places just like there's like even a whiteboard with still some like list of repairs that need to be done that are not urgent. Clearly this place was cleared out, or somebody was intending to maybe come back, but that could be very helpful. Point out like where we are currently, assumedly, and point out where the Stetson connected. It's a long way off. I mean, it isn't, but you know.
Yeah.
Is it worth us trying to interface with the computer system again? I looked at Marnie.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt, I guess?
Unless you get something's attention.
You think the thing's connected to the internet in here? Sorry, the intranet on the station?
The network?
The network?
Could be.
I mean, it seemed to be growing out of the station, so anything's possible, but I don't know, maybe if we connect to the computer, we can get some information about what's happening upstairs that we can use to maybe, I don't know, disable it. Thorn did say that the station might get us. I don't know. And Marnie starts looking through some of the notes that were left around. Just kind of like vain hope that maybe something useful was left behind.
I mean, yeah, let's give it a shot.
While Marnie does that, stand next to, I suppose after we're all in this room, which will have its own door out, I will like press the piece of wall back into place that we cut through. Just like gently.
I got a welder.
Yeah, I was going to say desperately try to weld it up at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, what do you propose we do about former crew member Hikasteles?
Fuck them up.
Yeah.
The classic.
I mean, like I said, it's just one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's 5 of us, and one of them, and you know, some of us are trained in combat. One of us
I'm just gonna sort of heft my axe right in that while you say that.
is apparently only good for combat.
Fuck.
That's me, right? That's me, right, Captain?
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Nice.
Who didn't want to help us unload cargo.
Gotta keep my skill. Gotta keep the blade sharp, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, how about this? We got a fucking pissed off tree trying to sell us up the river. How about you do some lumberjacking?
I am so ready, boss. Well, I was gonna say, it seems like a tree. Seems like something my axe might be able to deal with.
Captain.
Yeah.
Finally.
Miss Eintraid, while, Captain, I cannot fault your standard of arithmetic, I am concerned that it did not sound like one individual.
No. It sounds like... No, are any of us xenobiologists or xenobotanists here?
No. That's because I was like, I'm not familiar with Thorn's species. Generally, I have had very little experience with those other outside of the nominally humanoid persuasion. However, if we're to use basic botany information, there is every chance that Thorn is not obliged to remain as one entity at any given time.
Yeah, clippings or buds or something. Yeah, well, I'm not saying we should all just turn around and just start blasting, but, you know, what we're not going to do is let the hegemony and their little agents push us around. We're the crew of the Stetson. We take out the trash.
Yeah.
You don't get bossed around by it.
Very good, sir.
But first thing is getting back to the ship alive and intact.
I love you all so much. You give me so much power.
What's hilarious is that Corey is the next person to draw a card, so you know.
Yes. Yeah. Huh. How about that?
How about that?
How
How
about that? Is it time for me to draw a card?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I'm assuming that this token of what seems to be
Yes, that is who it looks
Yeah.
like. Yes.
yeah, that's a Hollow Knight. I think that's me, right? Can you
It
put
is,
me
yeah.
in the trash chute room, please?
The one it spits out into.
Yeah.
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 I can also make it so that everyone can control that guy.
Yeah.
Thank
by
you.
all means. I think it's just because Corey doesn't have GM privileges in here.
Yeah, I don't think I do, but now I have track and I can at least move this icon representation around. Let's draw a card, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's draw a card.
Draw one card. That would be look at that. Queen of Clubs.
All right.
What does the Queen of Clubs say?
Ooh.
Clubs is emotional conflict, hidden agendas, envy, indecision, and betrayal. It continues.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen is a puzzle to solve.
Well, that's just fun.
Well, that's just fun. Yeah. Hey, you all brought up some really interesting things about Thorn and the need not to remain in one piece.
Oh boy.
I have a puzzle for you.
The good thing about making up your own alien species that has appeared slightly differently every time they've been on screen is there are no rules.
Yeah. It's great. So, there's two sources of scratching that are happening sort of in and around the door. I'm gonna say that Thorn has not seemed like overly threatened by this being in the station.
Mm-hmm.
At least by reactions that it provided whenever we see the weird, like, cancerous growth popping out, even if we aren't able to exactly see what it is. So, you've got these two things after you. Now, those two things are directed into the same room behind you, as far as you can tell, right? You heard two shoots blasting goodness down into wherever it was that you formerly were just, like, however many minutes ago. Why isn't there the sound of combat happening in that room behind you?
Good question.
Great question.
I think I'd like to posit that the room that lies in front of you also is a bit of a labyrinth.
Oh, fun.
We're in a maintenance network with tunnels, right? So
Mm-hmm.
think of being in like catwalks and struts where the space itself is pretty wide open, but the paths that you can walk on are all narrow and tangled
Good
in the
shit.
metallic sense. Stairs up, stairs down, pipes, other sorts of things that you can reach around and reach through. Places where if you knew where you were going, you could probably get like a good sense of how to get from point A to point B. But how do you do that? You've got a map. The map tells you the room that you're in, the room that's after you, the path back to the Stetson. I don't think it tells you micro details like how to get around all these catwalks, does it?
No, probably not.
Ponder all of this while you hear the sound of thumping and scratching from behind the metal that Kai put down and welded back into place.
Hey, I found our friend that's following us. There we go. It can be made bigger by somebody if you like. Got a little blob.
Blur.
A not so little blob.
A not so little blob, indeed.
So we've got like a big open space with a labyrinthine series of like catwalks on pathways. And we don't know which is the best way to get across, which are stable, which are safe. Good. Upsetting. Love it.
Yeah, I love this. I love this for us.
I would like to posit, if I may, that some of the catwalks are like bubbling almost.
Gross.
So
Very
That's
good.
fun and upsetting.
yeah, just not quite liquid bubbling, kind of very viscous, sort of like you know how when you have a really thick pasta sauce and you leave it on low heat and sometimes it like bubbles up and pops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Or like a tar pit,
Yeah.
Cool. I love this.
I love this for us.
I love this for us.
Marlon is in the bed. He's like, okay, so you all figure that shit out. I'll keep an eye on our 6. And he pulls his little space machine gun and just keeps it trained on the door.
Oh, you're so brave, Captain.
Well, I mean, someone's got to be.
Actually, I think that's the sound that rings through the door. So, Thorn's voice was sort of filled with rustles and the other sorts of things that accompany the voice modulator that it used in its suit. But I think there's something else there. It's not just the crackle of like an electronic translator, but also the sound of a very real, like a voice, like you would hear. It sounds really kind of like fleshy and fucked up, but you know, it's speaking and with a mouth and with air passing through somewhere, how you would normally expect to hear it.
Hate it.
And you hear that. It's just
Very brave of you, Captain. Too soon, you should hold back what lies beyond.
The fuck are you talking about?
and that's just punctuated with another like whang against the metal. And then from that, it quiets down, and instead there's the sound of sparking, like the plasma cutter that Thorn had earlier.
Please
Okay.
don't mind me adding all of these walkways, my friends. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something silly. So we didn't when you welded the whole thing, we didn't have time to weld the whole thing. So there's like a couple gaps here and there where we can see something kind of squirming out there. Marlon is just going to put the barrel of his gun through one of the holes and just try to angle it so that it shoots whatever's back there. It's like at a weird angle, just like when you're trying to feed like a cable through the back of a bookcase shelf or something.
What an impeccable visual.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say, it's like
Very
that, or
good.
just like when you see a cat's paw under a door and they're just trying to get it, just like,
Yeah, it's that except the barrel of a submachine gun,
yeah,
and I just start you mother fucking traitor. Just trying to. I don't think I'll be able to get any kill shots doing this, but I am going to try to like shred something or just
Fuck them up.
Fuck them up a little bit so that they to slow it down so that people can get across the thing.
Yeah. You the barrel will get sprayed with sap and viscera.
Love that.
Gross.
Yeah, go Captain. Fuck them up.
Okay, thank you, cheerleader. Basta.
I think one of the things that Marnie's doing is, trying to test the catwalks and pick a path across, and she leaves some like metal scraps from that she picked up from the previous trash room to kind of leave a breadcrumb trail, and it's just like, come on. And I pulled the 3 of Hearts, which
Well, how about that?
is
3 is a displacement in time.
and Hearts is love, friendship, compromise, bonding, and obsession. So I think it's time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
You want to put it over here? Like, put it over in this part of the map?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
So what kind of door do you open off this catwalk? Like, maybe with like everyone's had to catch up because the repressing fire is only lasting so long, and it's like, we need to get out of this big room, and you find a door. What does the door look like? Is it like one of those emergency push bar kind of doors?
I think so.
Sick.
I think so. And it's probably labeled, alarm will sound, blah, 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 blah. but it's the only door that we have found safe passage to, so Marnie, like, throws her entire body weight against it, and the door bursts open, and we find ourselves in a pretty open foyer. There are some like potted plants to the sides, a nice plush carpet leading out of the foyer, and there is some gentle like jazz playing from somewhere, and we are in the foyer of what appears to be a very, 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 to us, retro hotel.
We're in the foyer?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe, actually, no, let me increase the size of this, and we're not in the foyer, we're in the lobby proper.
Oh, okay.
And there's a large desk ahead of us, and it's staffed by someone who has kind of pale skin, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are splotches of, like, port wine stained birthmarks almost, that are almost bluish. And this person is dressed in the uniform of the hotel with a pin at their lapel that indicates that they are kind of management. The hotel must be a little short-staffed today if we've got a manager behind the desk checking folks in, but I think that person kind of looks at us and gives us a very affable welcome. And now Marnie's just like, what the fuck?
Hey, are we still in the space station? Cause
I think the door behind us, because Marlon and Baz will be the last ones through, I think.
Yeah.
Presumably the door closed, and as you open it, it's just like the stairwell of the hotel is now there, rather than the lab.
Like we came in through the maintenance access stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like coming in from the side of the lobby
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than
like
through the
the
front doors.
fire stairs, like emergency use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think we can see the front doors, but like the glass is so darkly tinted we can't see outside the front doors.
Mm-hmm.
Baz is just gonna sort of like hold her cyber axe in front of her, like, I don't like this.
What is this? A hollow, like a holographic, like a holodeck?
Maybe.
I think the person behind the desk kind of arches an eyebrow and says, weapons need to be peace bonded on the premises.
No can do. We got some fucked up shit chasing after us right now.
Sorry. Who are you? Where is this? What's going on? End simulation.
I just like the idea that, like, even at the door where you'd expect pounding and scratching, it's just, like, real calm. Like, it's Girl of Ipanema vibes up here and lobby music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happening.
Yeah, there's no discernible speakers or anything. You don't know where the music's coming from. There could be a little live band tucked off in the corner. You have no idea. But yeah, very Girl of Ipanema vibes. I'll have to find something appropriate to put over.
If you'll permit me, August, I'll take over the manager.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm very sorry to inform you that if getting out of here was as easy as saying in simulation, I wouldn't be here. You're at the hotel.
That's
Just the
that's
hotel
real
what?
specific.
It's the hotel.
Could you elaborate?
I really wish I could. Start flipping through
Super.
like the ledger in front of me. Just like squints a moment, looks down. Alright, so that is Marnie Sands. That is Basda Eintred. That is Marlon Verrazano. And that is Berry Sunnyday. And they look up at Kai, and it's not a glitch across their face because they're human, but there's like a "do I know you" kind of a thing going on, and shakes it off. Kai Mirren, I don't believe you're supposed to be here. Not yet. Or flip back through the book. No, not yet.
Them?
How the fuck did you know our names?
They're in the book.
What is this book? You got a book? Where's this book?
I'll turn it around, but I really love the notion that it cannot be lifted from the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
Like there's some kind of impossible weight or magnet like holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like dream
Yeah,
logic
yeah.
though when you try to read it. Like you might be able to recognize the odd word and your names, but
Mm-hmm.
everything
Oh,
else
man.
looks like gibberish.
It's
Oh,
just
I
a
do wanna
Rorschach
say-
of phrases.
Yeah, I also do think, tell me if this is too cheesy, but there is a small potted plant on the desk that is the same species of plant as Thorn. Or very
No,
similar
yes, good.
looking.
I was about to pull that from the potted plants in the room, so thank you for reading this, my mind.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. I think in this moment, Basda sees the plant and is just like holding her axe, like looking at it, unflinchingly.
Yeah, I'm like blinking at the like staring hard at the book, like that bit in The Big Lebowski where the dude is like trying to read the paper that he found in his car. What the fuck is this? What do you mean Kai is supposed to be here sometime?
The hotel is a way station of sorts. People come through. Not everyone leaves.
Okay, but we were just on a spaceship. We were kind of in mortal danger.
Are you still in mortal danger?
What happens to that stuff now that we're here? Not that I'm accepting the premise of any of this, mind you.
My purview only extends within the premises of the hotel, and even that is... Glances up at the ceiling. Limited.
Yeah, you're really not making any sense now, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm not as good as this as... Well, he's not here anymore, so it's me.
Super specific.
Do not leave through the front doors. You can't. If I can help in some way, I will. I will not be checking you in at this time. That is for your safety. If there is anything else I can do to try and be helpful, it would be my pleasure to do so.
I mean, yeah, we're just trying to get back to our ship.
I will step out from behind the desk, and you'll notice this person gives Kai a wide berth. You know, like the click of heels on the linoleum, and goes to like a closet marked supplies, and they pull out a big bunch of keys and starts flipping through them, looking at the group, looking back at the keys, flipping through some more. Keeps going. And there's like an impossibly large amount of keys on this keychain. Like, it shouldn't be able to hold as many keys as they're flipping through, and yet.
Of course.
But eventually they're able to find a key, and it's like, I forget the style of key that it is, but it has like, almost like, looks like holes along the side. I tell you what, it looks more like an old computer-style punch card rather than a
Sure.
key. And slides that in and opens the door, revealing the new spaces. Is this where you came from?
Is it back at the space station?
I
Who's
think-
drawing it?
I think it's Anya's turn to draw a card. It is
Yes.
probably the space station. Which part of the space
Probably.
station is going to entirely depend on what card Anya pulls.
Yeah.
Good luck, friend.
We believe in you.
Okay, my headset was dying and I plugged it into charge, which
Rip.
turned it off and fucked everything up.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to us.
Fun.
Oh no.
So I missed a bunch of that.
Hmm.
I heard where you were talking about it was my turn to draw, and then the spaceship.
Yeah, the door will lead back to the spaceship, just what part of it is going to be determined by what you draw.
I have a fun way to play on the distortion in time too, so I look forward to this.
Are we allowed to do that? I thought we couldn't leave.
You didn't check
Yeah,
in.
didn't you just say we couldn't leave?
You didn't check in.
Oh.
They said most people don't leave, or some people don't leave. If we can leave, let's fucking leave. I don't know what
let's
this
get outta
is. I don't want to fuck with it. You seem very nice.
Thank you.
My friend,
Mixed Delaney.
Mrs. Delaney, nice to meet you. Marlon Verrazano, out of your mother for me.
There's a flicker of something on their face that's like, you ever like realize you've stepped on something that's such a horribly sensitive topic, and you just see that chasm opening up briefly before a door is slammed shut? Yeah, it's fine.
Well, yeah. Sorry, it's a
With all due respect, Mr. Rosano, I hope I don't see you again. That would be for the best. For you.
Is this like when
For all of
a
you.
cartoon pops up in a different cartoon and then immediately leaves?
I believe it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, I guess.
Very in character, just okay, and waves while opening the door.
Yeah, we got a ship to find and some weeds to pull.
Very good. All the best.
Bye.
Yeah, and so
Escape
Marlon,
through the door.
Marlon like hustles everybody out of the room. With this- and-
Hey, I love this. I love these cards.
Ooh, great.
so that's so there's a 4 of hearts.
Love, friendship, compromise, bonding, obsession. 4 is a grim
And-
discovery.
Well,
Wow, those go together.
they sure do.
It's my wife. Sorry.
Oh, maybe it is that, but maybe it's something different for everyone.
Oh, shit.
Yay!
One
Want to
of
draw us
these.
a room on this map, Anya?
So we're the coin? Is that what we are?
Yeah, but you can add
Yeah.
a room connecting to anywhere on the map.
Okay.
Just
well,
don't worry about connect. We just put the hotel over here, just so it's clear that it is not of the space station.
well, let me just make it's a hallway.
Mhm.
Doors on either side or at the end. And yeah, that would be whoever matters most to you. They're dead in the middle of the floor. Let's go with it. Does that work?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Everyone sees someone different.
Oh boy.
Fine.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I would like to make this a little spicier, if that's okay. These corpses are partially sprouting.
Yeah, thank you.
We don't see each other's bodies. We all see our individual bodies, like in the middle of the room, sprouting
Mhm.
leaves and twigs and stuff, right?
Yeah. Do we want to go around? Everyone says who their body is.
I think we all see. There's one body that looks different to all of us.
Yes. That's what I was trying to clarify. Thank you.
Bazda, we know who your body is.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's Bazda's wife like?
She is
Sorry, ex-wife.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bowser doesn't have a wife anymore.
Bowser doesn't have a wife anymore.
Wow.
And she hasn't since the incident. Sorry, I didn't know. I don't know.
And the incident was just a divorce.
It was, yes.
The
straight
divorce
up.
hearing.
ugly
Yeah,
divorce.
the fucking divorce. She took everything except the axe. Yeah, but she was a lovely person. She seemed very, she's quite petite, fair of hair.
He's got a very friendly and placid new husband.
Yeah, no, just truly a lovely person.
With a locket of the new husband, yeah.
Yeah. I do want to say, like, the moment Bazda lays eyes on this body sprouting, she's just gonna let out this, like, bellow of rage and be like, stop using her image to torture me! And she's gonna take her fucking cyber axe and cleave this body in half. What does everybody else see? Who else does everybody else have?
Who else? Whose loved one just got cut in half by Bazda?
Yeah.
What are our lines again?
It's fine, it's a plant.
Is it a plant? Or
Oh,
is
no,
it
I just wanted-
or is it an apparition?
No, it was sprouting. I think Anya is checking before we go into
Yes.
before they describe what they're seeing.
Yeah, because I can't remember if animals are on there, but
Violence against children and animals is on there. We also have a veil on graphic descriptions of bodily harm, so
it won't be violence against. There's no details.
It can be
And keep it
animals
ungraphic.
can. I was gonna say animals can have died.
Because I think it is really good with Barry's backstory of being like just this military brought up in that environment, that the most important thing to her is just this big old, like, clearly a senior gray muzzle dog.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the living being that has meant the most to her. Barry's lonely.
Poor Barry.
Aw, poor Barry.
And that's all. Barry's just kind of quietly like a tear.
I think Marnie sees a kind of taller woman who looks to be of, I believe, Maori descent. And as Bazda tries to cleave the body, Marnie throws herself at Bazda and is like, "Don't you dare!"
The axe is a pretty long reach.
I'm not saying Marnie's successful, I'm just saying that she tries to stop Bazda.
Yeah, I mean, when you wind back, I can just kind of grab the haft of the axe. Simmer down. And I'm looking, my eyes are kind of darting between the body on the ground and Kai, who is standing next to me, still alive.
Oh.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I say in the notes, the shape of Kai is reflected in his shades.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you said that in the
Yeah,
note?
Fuck yes.
Oh, wow.
Great minds.
that's how I'm transcribing this one.
Let me tell you, Boston, for hired muscle, you're a little bit of a loose cannon. Getting fucked up about this shit is the easiest way for them to win. Ain't you ever engaged in psychological warfare before?
I prefer the warfare that I can handle with my blade.
Yeah, no. Mine's a blade, too.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. I would say that Baz's mind is not particularly sharp of a blade.
Just keep your shit together.
Well, Zach beat me to the punch. in terms of vibe. So, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that you hadn't said yours yet. I
Okay.
apologize.
No, it's fine. I don't mind that you went first. It's funny because I was planning to say that Kai was also kind of not as affected because he's looking between a live marlin and dead marlin on the ground. So
That's good shit.
So we like there's like a we look at it and then both look at each other and like we're fine. Listen, the ship is everything. The crew, you know. All right. Well.
Some of the leaves and twigs kind of shiver, as if being blown by a breeze that none of you can feel. I say you, I mean us.
I would like to posit also that in the corners of the room, there is a stirring. There are vines that have overtaken more of the space than is immediately visible in the light, and flowers just slowly bloom.
You know, if they could, if it could do this the whole time, it would have been way more helpful on the ship.
which way?
Just thinking about how's that?
Which way? We should move on. I do not trust rapidly blooming flowers around organics.
Oh shit! Yeah. Let me ask you: do you think that we should follow the flowers because they came from the ship same as we did, or should we avoid the vines?
We have very much upset our former crew member, and if they have an ability to interface with any organic systems that may be present on this space station, I feel like avoiding them would be the best course of action.
All right, we'll take the less than scenic route. And I turn and I just kick down a door that has less vines on it than the other ones.
Very good.
Is it my turn?
It
Or
is,
it
yeah,
whose
that
turn
was
is it?
why I was having Kai ask you.
All right. Well, we got the 9 of spades.
9 of spades. Not as
The
not as
9 of
sketchy.
spades.
I'm glad everyone went there.
Significantly less cool iteration in that one.
We got that, which means we got a noise from nowhere and physical conflict, suffering, doubt, fear, danger, grief, and alienation.
Great.
Oh, that fits.
So, I think this is another hallway of the corridor. Perhaps also this is like another one of those like this one's not a spacewalk like one of the previous ones, but it is one with like access windows or like not access windows but like viewing ports on the side. Are we seeing can Thorn exist in a vacuum?
So,
or does Thorn
Thorn has a suit
require...
anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, but these vines are not in a suit.
I think what you see when you look outside is rather than the vines and flowers that you could see sort of in the room you were in previously, outside is flesh with thorns poking through.
So this is the
Hooray.
other stuff.
It's all wrapped together, baby, in one hot, terrible package.
I believe it is both.
Get your thorns out of my hot, terrible package.
Gross. So like there's that. But this is a physical conflict. So I think what's coming is like this is the there were less vines on this door, but there's still problems. But at the end of it, we see like another access door that like leads, like we see like a sign, right? That's like this way to X deck, and we know that deck is the one that we landed in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, this is the way to go. We know this is the way to go, but little tendrils start to curl up from like the grating of the walkway. And Marlon says, "All right, let's fucking hustle." and just like try to lead a charge across the thing, like kicking and tearing at the vines that try to grab our legs as we go.
Yeah, I'll give you that noise from nowhere. It comes from all around you, and sort of like you're in a resonant chamber almost.
Mm.
Not me thinking you were about to make like a dinosaur noise or something.
God, it would have been so cool if I could do that on demand. I can't though.
There
could be like growls and sort of rustles and crackles of plant matter though, almost like a tree sound as it falls in the forest. You know, that big.
But what if
creak.
no one's around to hear it?
Well, you know,
If
what if you're in
If
it?
a tree falls in the vacuum of space,
and you're inside of it, can you get out alive?
And all of our loved ones are dead on the floor.
As if I may add something, given some of the other prompts on this card for spades, just because this is a scene that lives in my head uncomfortably rent-free. You know, like sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a gross thing and sometimes it's just a visual from a movie that, I think this is the second Matrix movie. And there's this scene on one of the ships where people are going back and forth over a walkway. And every so often, when people are going up, we get a shot from the ground of it and we can see that the support structure is getting weaker and it's bowing every time somebody runs over the top of it. I think the camera sees that as each of us goes across. And because Kai is so heavy, I think the walkway gives out.
This is one of those bridges that I would cross in real life and August would have a heart attack watching me.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, because I don't know how high up that walkway is, but I like to split the party. And also this means that Corey can have direct interaction with somebody else.
Thanks.
But because of like the noise from everywhere and nowhere at once and the thudding of footsteps across a metal grate, I don't think anyone realizes until you're through the door at the other end. Because I know Marlon would normally notice, but also Kai can be trusted to be at the back of a group. So, you know.
Yeah.
Truly the wall.
Okay, so we get through. I will say, as Thorn is like taunting us, I do want to say that Marlon like looks and says, "I am fucking up your LinkedIn after this."
your average Yelp score's going down.
Space Yelp, the true criminal.
Help.
Yeah, managers be fucking where. But yeah, then that happens, and then oh no. I do a head count after we get into the next hall, like the next room. But it's not my turn anymore.
I think you get a blip on your like wrist con because we do have like internal radios. Cause, like, we're a salvage crew, and it just says, "I'll meet you at the Stetson. I am uninjured."
I will ping back you better.
I think you can only hang around with like one Marlin, but also like Marnie and particularly Berry for so long without certain traits rubbing off.
Teehee, you're welcome.
I think you just get a winky face emoji back. yes, sir, winky face.
That's also how I hire people. They have to figure out if that means they're hired or not.